Alright, peeps, welcome back to Wee Trees. In the last episode, we had a bit of an issue where we completely ran out of irrigation and dried up all of our crops. Well, that's not strictly true. If we pan our to the right, we've got a little green corner, thanks to our wee fluid dumps here. So, we do have some food knocking about. But before we go into how on earth we're gonna try and survive this next couple of cycles, let's have a little zoom in here, because I may have stumbled across a bit of a bug with the beaver plants mod. So as you might imagine, these plants are well and truly deed. However, every single plant has got a bit of a beaver knocking about under it. So if I resume the game, they're real beavers! Right, let's check this out in case, you know, these are homeless beavers and they just decided to keep underneath their birth plants. Are these beavers brand new? They are. They are brand spanking new beavers, 0 years old, full of hunger, full of thirst. And unfortunately that shelter is not going to get any better. Oh yes, that's right, I didn't quite mention the fact that we have 260 berries to a name and a lot of bloody beavers. I mean, look at all of these empty storage trees. We don't have a single grape, not a single bloody box of grapes in there. The only thing we do have is a couple of bloody berries, and I mean, a couple. So yeah, we need to sort that out. Which is why all of these floodgates are down at 0, so the water can flood straight down. Now, did I forget this one? I didn't! I actually remembered that one. Now, that might mean that we do not get water over this new fancy bit of irrigation. Oh, I love these ladders. Anywho, beavers, get those bloody logs back, will you? But as I was saying before, I was distracted by floating ladders. This little corner that we got up in the last episode is going to keep these pines nice and green. And yes, there's supposed to be nice green pines here full of resin. Oh, we got our Leafy Coat straight on. I was wondering why you didn't go up there. Someone bloody didn't connect the path, did they? That's alright, because I want to see the leaf coats. Gonna run this about up the ladders and straight on the bridge there. Oh, I love this little section of the map. It's one of my favourites. My favourite section of the map is over here, when these waterfalls fall properly and don't leave loads of gaps. But anywho, peeps, I'm definitely not just putting off the fact that this is going to be a really difficult episode, if we even manage to pull it off. Our beavers are basically about starving, or they very shortly will be. Thankfully, you know what, actually, if there's water there, we could do a wee speedy up bit of all of these deed brewing plants getting replanted with some lovely alive green plants. I mean, it is the thing that we desperately need to get done, so we may as well see it, you know? Oh no, I messed up the speedy up bit! Sorry, peeps, I tried to get the bloody cursor off the middle of the screen, and then I moved the mouse, and all of a sudden, it's all moved, and the speedy up bit's ruined. Ye bloody get that up, and get a new one in. Now, since we're sitting with 13 homeless beavers, I'm gonna hold off on replanting the beaver plants for now. Who knows, we might start the next episode with a full clan of fresh beaver plants ready to go again. But for now, we need to sort out the irrigation on this map, like, properly. And that begins with deleting all of these natural overhangs here. I mean, I'll be honest with you, for now, I'm not entirely sure what benefits that's going to bring. But I'm sure it won't take too long until we reap those benefits. Oh, you're taking the piss! I don't know what to say, peeps. It's another 6-day temperate season full of starving, leafy coat beavers, at least if nothing else. We can do a mad 1-day speedy up it if the beavers banging all of these out. Now, I know it hasn't quite been a day, but let me guess. These are not within range. Let's pop some railings. Oh, can I not get underneath there? Oh, I can't. I just need to scoot around first. And then we can get our there. Not a matter. And rescue our 2 brethrens. I didn't fancy going 2 episodes in a row just leaving beavers to gawking on a blockage or something like that. But I am going to have to unpause these 3 water slurpers. I'm going to have to raise this up to 0.95 to have any chance of any sort of success here. And this is a tad redundant now, isn't it? Because the second the water level raises up, it's just going to start flowing down there. I need another block. Curved levy because we're fancy leaf coats. And like I say, not that's making a difference at the moment, but we can get this up to 0.95. Look at it just gone and run the long way and gone and doing anyway. I suppose that is good for irrigation purposes, if naught else. We've got no food! Zero food! We've got zero food. We have, I repeat, zero food. Beavers, we might. We're going to have to. We're going to have to replant these beavers. Because these beavers here may end up being the continuation of the series. Once they grow up, providing we have enough irrigation for them to do that. Look, as long as we have, because we're growing adult beavers here, as long as we have food on the crops ready to go, we should be okay there. And why haven't we replanted these yet? Beavers, I swear it's all in range. Ye can see, but ye's our ya can't see. So it's just up to ye's too. I suppose once you've done the grapevine, you've started moving on to bloody trees, haven't you? Betty Bog, you're getting micromanaged. You need to replant all the dandelions, and after that, you need to replant all the blueberries, and then after that, you can back to grapes. Oh, this is terrible! Oh, we're not even into the bad tide yet! This is the good bit of the cycle / season, man! Oh, no! Right, how can we sort this out? We just need to... I've still got 5 homeless beavers who haven't been reproducing at all this episode. We need to pause more houses, don't we? But look at all of these houses that are paused! Sorry, beavers, but we're just gonna have to... Oh, no! So many more homeless beavers! But I can't risk yous reproducing. Oh, but I'd sort of need yous to reproduce as well, but we can't. Food, look! Food's being harvested. Why isn't this being harvested? Where's the beaver? Get your hungry arse out of there and harvest all the dandelions. It's the only way you'll be able to survive. Is there anything I can do with maple syrup? Because we've got maple trees. We're storing maple syrup, and I don't believe we're doing anything with it at the moment. That's right! There's the fancy apples! We cannot die in this without getting fancy apples on the crack like. I gather a hut! I gather a hut! Now I am unaware if this is a leaf coat or a 1.0 thing, but we are definitely going to look at replacing some gatherers with a bloody hut. Let's delete these two. We'll give the beavers something to do and, you know, give us some bloody hope that we are going to be at least more efficient. I'm replacing 2 workplaces with 2 workplaces! What? Is this any better? Carrying capacity and working speed 100%. It is 100% better. And Bitterbog here still hasn't planted all of these. What are ye doing, pal? Where are ye possibly going to get... Oh! Is there food in a fermenter? Fermented dandelions, man. Fair dinkum. Get yourself fed up. Just a bit, not a lot. And then get to replanting some more dandelions which we can ferment. And get the other beavers a tad bit more fed up. Alright, look, I can't be micromanaging you right now. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful. I love it. I love all of the blue. And all of the irrigation up here. Well, this irrigation here is only for the bloody pines. Or what we could do, be a little bit clever. Not massively clever, just a little bit clever. We could plop a couple of foresters up here. Not crazy, but just enough to hide doing loads of grapes / dandelions, depending on where you're located. We've got ourselves an incredibly slow hammering beaver here. Let's go up to speed 3 so we don't think they're starving to death. And they should be banging in. Oh, look at this bonus beavers getting all of the resources in. So they can get this forester up and running. And maybe become one. And get some bloody dandelions planted out here with this lovely green ground we've got. And then our beavers, you've got 0.6 days to slurp up as much water as beaverly possible. Oh, but look at this. We've got a forester from Doon here. Helping the forester from up here. Plant all of the dandelions up here. That's something we desperately need. Get those bloody dandelions planted, Walkhead. Oh, and the gatherers as well. Now, the gatherer huts aren't quite as high priority, and I've been a bit clever with them. It'll cost us a bit more to get in there, but we're not taking up any precious green growable ground. Well, where we don't have to, anywho. So over here, we've got the beavers planting with grapevines, as you can see there. And then for the rest of it, we're planting the bloody dandelions, because they are the quickest way for our beavers to get some bloody bait. And speed is key right now. Oh, I did spy. We have an army of builders coming and splitting left and right, dropping off resources anywhere that they're bloody needed. Look at them all gone. It's a proper gangbang! See, that's what sets the Leaf Coats apart. Their banging efficiency is unrivaled. But, you know, here we are. The beavers have clocked off. We still have 0 food. We have a lot of beavers that are very, very hungry. Look at that red bar. I do not like that red bar at all. And we still effectively only have this corner of food, and that is actually growing and allowing our beavers to continue exist. Oh, and to top it all off, the forester here isn't even a maximum priority job. But I do want them to prioritise adult beaver plants when they get round to... Oh, look! Irrigation! Irrigation returns as the water level rises up in this lake. I mean, that's as high as it's gonna get. Oh, speaking of bloody water levels and that, these 3 need to be paused. We need to keep the water up here for as long as possible. You know, because... Oh, we got a 13! It's only a 13, dear! Oh, wow! Alrighty then, so... What's going on here? These are all closed. Yes. All closed. These are all open. I guess that happens every time we get a bad tide. It just disappears that quickly that I've never noticed it. I mean, to be fair, we're not that contaminated in here. I can barely see it, and this is the worst part. Yeah, now, peeps, here we are. This is, thankfully, a 13-day bad tide. But we are just waiting. We desperately need these food quadrants to grow back and stay bloody irrigated down here. And that's why these 2 are staying on. They are absolutely necessary. Now, I kind of feel a bit weird about replanting all of these beavers. But, look, all of our beavers are basically carking it. They're all about to die. We might get these beavers planted and then have 0 population. They might all cark it. Every last beaver here might cark it. And if that happens, I'm going to be out the moon that I planted our wee beavers, yeah? But for now, let's focus on ensuring we are doing everything we can. We got our fancy corner levy in. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Look, I'm not underwater. I'm hanging out in the corner. All right, let's see how this looks in first person, shall we? Hello, corner. Can I go and do one in ye and not be underwater? That would be, look at that tree, a negative. Yeah, no, this is definitely a big hole block, which I suppose I probably should have realised, considering, you know, I can see the fact it's a full corner block there. And sorry, Bobingabout, for breaking the illusion. But properly thinking this through, right, if all of our beavers cark it and we are relying on those plants, we should have enough irrigation in the lake to get the beavers grown. We are needing, we'll say 5 days to play it safe before our beavers... Oh! But if it's a dandelion that they're picking up, I do believe they need to be fermented. Which is fine. We've got wind power. We can just send a beaver in here, hopefully. Well, if all the beavers have carked it, we will have full batteries. So we'll be able to do a bit of fermenting. We should have enough population for all of that. What I want to see is how are ye doing, Mr. Watu? Watu is flying along, and they're incredibly hungry, so they should be bloody crawling along. I mean, looking at all of the grapes on the vine here, I feel like we do need to maybe add another gatherer hut or 3 over here. I reckon we can sacrifice a couple of chestnut trees here. We'll sacrifice 4, and in their place, I shall plant 6 chestnut trees. Then gatherer flags, get deleted. Remaining builders that still exist. Become builders and very slowly destroy those bloody chestnut trees. I do like the fact we've got the forester planting the chestnut trees in here, though. That is very grand. But you know, 3 builder beavers. Once you have banged away those trees, which you have, I want to gather a hut facing this away, and I want to gather a hut facing that away. And yes, beavers, these are maximum priority jobs. Oh no! Beavers are starving to death! On the top and all! Oh no, they were in bed. That's alright. At least old mate corked it of starvation while being a kip. That's slightly better. Yeah, that's slightly better than the alternatives. Definitely better than sitting atop this blockage being laughed at maniacally by some random cupcake. Oh, and look at this. We have our bloody gatherers. That is fantastic. I don't want beavers' jobs wasted here because, you know, we're very quickly dwindling our population. That's another beaver corked it there. Oh, beaver corked it right in front of her face! Right on the top of the ladders there. I'm sorry, Rakash. Oh, more beavers are corking it. Oh, Tej is just starved to death. I'm not. Every time the camera moves, it's because a new beaver's just corked it of starvation. I'm just left clicking. All I'm doing is left clicking. The beavers are the ones falling out left. No, don't do it. Don't do it, beaver. No, do not. I'm pretty sure I've just witnessed the beginning of the death animation here. You know. Do not cork it. Do not fall over, beaver. I'm following you until just to make sure that you don't cork it. Please. I can't follow you down there. No, beaver. No. Okay, I'm just going to hope and pretend that they didn't cork it. Wee Bobby, go get a grape. Go get a grape. Don't stand there. Sit there, because if you stand there, you might fall over. Go on, rest your horse. Park it. No, don't just look at them. Sit on them. Oh, the poor Bobby beaver. All right, please go downstairs so if you do cork it, I don't have to look at it. Oh, this is terrible. I need to not be. I just need to not. I need to not be looking at this. The hood's off, so I don't know how bad it's gotten. Are there beavers? Are there beavers running? There are beavers running. I saw one. Hello, farmer. You still alive? Oh, go up to the top of the tree. Enjoy the view for probably one last time. Oh, we're down to 52 adults. So many beavers are starving to death. Oh no, Kyle just corked it though. I only need 10. Oh, another new corky. No! Beavers. Oh, it wasn't even clock off a clock. I thought it was clock off a clock. I think the farmer beaver came over here to bloody cork it. We need to just... I don't know what we need to do. I really don't. We need to put a path over here. Here's what we need to do. How is in the path up here? Hang on, MiGly. MiGly, mate. Sort it out, will ya? I do enjoy seeing the fact that we've got a decent amount of gatherer huts knocking about. Did we get a new forester in? We didn't. Oh no. You've still got more to plant. You barely got anything planted. Oh, I was about to post this forester saying it wasn't quite as necessary, but there's no one working in there anyway. Once again, I was going to post the tapper shack, but there's no one grafting in there. I can post this forester. We have got all of these food-grown quadrants replanted. Oh, wonderful. We've got our gatherer huts up and running. Oh, and they need to be both up and running, because look at all of these dandelions we haven't bloody got. Pause Arlies. Oh, peeps. Remember that bit of path that I hadn't put in at the beginning of the episode? I've just went to put it in. And there's a bloody dandelion in there. Right, well after that's been picked, we can pop a path in there. But for now, I've went ahead and paused loads of jobs. And I might even pause this hauling post because if we resume the game, we don't have any... Oh, we do! We do! Then I don't have to unpause the building horse. That's fine. But I will bring the priority of the hauling post down to medium so that the building huts outlast the hauling posts because our builders have got some very important jobs to be cracking along with over here so they can pick up all of this shite. And I feel like I have to go 24-hour working days because we might not have any bloody beavers left after this working day. There are beavers days a huge flavour and build these bloody gatherer huts. Well, I will say from this camera angle, the path gets empty for quite some time in real time when it's not sped up and it's rather bloody scary. But I can't distract myself by just having a look at those lovely fancy waving in the wind hedge paths there. I bet they look fun all sped up. Alright, look, we've done this for far too many days now. 25 beavers! 25 beavers. We got 25 beavers, peeps. 25 beavers. And I need to make sure that at least one of them is grafting in here. And ideally the other one's grafting in there, making even more fermented chestnuts. No. Oh, we still have fermented dandelions happening. Okay. That's the main thing we need to keep cracking along with. We're down to 25 beavers, peeps. 25 beavers. And I paused this before we even got all of the plants in. I suppose I could unpause it, plant the rest of them, and then we could have, a little bit of a staggered wave if the beaver plants degrow and pop off the sprouts. We're looking candy up here as well, with dandelion reserves are only a couple of days away from having fresh dandelions grown out of them. Ooh, but we do not have any beavers plopping what they're doing here. We genuinely do need that though. We don't need the forester at the moment. I mean we do, but not as badly as we need the fluid dumps. And I reckon since these two overlap a bit, I'm going to pause ye and that should give us our second fluid dumper. Although they're going to have to get the water all by themselves because I don't believe we have any at all haulers. Nah, not a single bloody hauler. That's getting paused, going back onto maximum priority, so when things get unpaused, they're all at the correct priority. Oh, that's right. We don't have any builders. But what we do still have is lovely Leaf Coat farmers. And look, they have green farmer hats. I said, bloody look. You can't be walking away while I'm trying to show the peeps things, me. Look at that fancy little green farmer's hat. Oh, is that a gatherer hat? Because there's no farmers with the leaf coats, is there? So this is a proper fancy little Leaf Coat exclusive gatherer hat, yeah. Oh, yeah, he went to the other gatherer flag for some bait, I think. Oh, there must be some fresh grapes off the vine. Well, if nothing else, that beaver won't cork it today. And the 2 beavers that corked it today, corked it of old age. So do we have enough food here with our 3 grapes and our 31 fermented dandelions? That keeps going up. Oh, and it's going down now that I've mentioned it. Okay, back to the beaver plants. Do we have a beaver in here? Yes, we do. Would you mind planting the rest? Oh, you know what? I should let you have a kip, shouldn't I? Have yourselves a bit of a kip, clock off kip, and then we'll get on tomorrow and we'll plant the rest of these beavers. How does that sound? Oh, we've got 63 spare beds. I just saw a lot of beavers were born. We need to start pausing a couple of these. Just, you know, 2 will do. We'll have 36 spare beds. And of course, we'll have our bonus beavers growing up here and taking the hoosing. It'll be like a really odd occurrence for these beavers, because usually when they grow up, they're just instantly homeless. And I've also been hanging around here for a while. So, Aslim, mate, what are you... Brother, are you for real? Are you actually for real? Right, now you want to be planting regular old beaver plants. And these 2 fluid dumps here are very important. As much as they may not look it, with the water either going nowhere or just doing a hole, once the water level gets up high enough, it comes through this bit sluice here. And if we strip the world away, we'll see the other side of that sluice is where we have a tiny bit of irrigation left. Barely being topped up, thanks to our 2 fluid dumps. And this irrigation here is pretty much the only thing keeping these 4 fruit-grown crodwins nice and green. And to be completely honest with you, peeps, I'm gonna whip the hood off, speed 3, and do a speedy up bit until the next temperate season. It's a canny angle, because you get to see the beavers running about, aka make sure we still have some beavers running about. But you also get to see the water level on the big old lake. Make sure the beaver plant backup plan can work if needed. And you get to see the beavers desperately picking any food that grows and immediately eating it. Oh, and of course, you get to see the fruitless attempts to fill the bloody mangrove pit by the 2 fluid dumps. That's always a good time, you know. Oh no, I genuinely wasn't expecting that! Oh, just as I paused the bloody water dump out, we got a bad tide ended. Now, thankfully, the irrigation up here worked. Look at that, we're keeping this corner green. We've got some bloody pines, almost full of resin. But yeah, now, the rest of this, absolutely dried up. This is horrendous. Therefore, back down to 0 for ye, back down to 0 for ye. And well, back down to 0 for ye over here. We don't need these foresters running anymore. They're just purely emergency food. We just need the food planted, ready to be picked up, you know, in case of emergency. But for now, beavers, your job is to chop down all these trees. As well as pick all of the food up here. Replant all of the stuff that ends up drying up and dying, which is hopefully nothing. We should be alright. 1.5 days, we should be spot on with that. And we can start slurping up all the water on the map again. And I was thinking as well while watching this speedy up bit, maybe I add a couple more of these, or maybe we just add some bloody haulers back in the action, yeah. So we'll unpause these 10, we'll see how many we get in. We got 10 out of 10, and we still have some builders. That's bloody perfect, that. In that case, we need to find the hoose that is paused and unpause it. You know what? I'm going to unpause 2 of them to celebrate Cycle 21. And hopefully, Cycle 21's temperate season is longer than bloody 6 days. And let me take you under to the irrigation system, and you'll be able to see we are slowly but surely filling up all these tunnels here. And once we get all of these tunnels filled, we end up getting water back in with irrigation here, which will allow all of this to be green and grow once again. And then once all of that's filled up, it can pish out of here with full force and fill up our lovely lake. And while we've got some builders with not much to do, let's ask them, real politely, to delete all of these bloody overhangs here. Oh, look at that. We're board builders are obliging already. Banging up all of these block arches here. Oh, he's tag teaming that block arch. It sure looks like it, because it's bloody flying up. And I'm not even in speed 4. If I was in speed 4, we'd be lagged through to absolute nothingness by now. Oh, you need to watch yourself, pal. You're in a dangerous predicament there. If one of your beaver banger brethren decides to start banging your block away, you might find yourself stranded down the hole. And we didn't want that now, do we? Now, as we have the sun setting here, it's time to visit all of the bobbies. Hello, bobbies! I thought there was more. Oh, look who it is! It's a little bobby. Oh, a little bobby battery smooth. A bloody slippery one, isn't he? They've always been a slippery bugger, smooth battery. Better, we should have some beavers knocking about here. I swear I just saw a beaver gun in here, you know, and they're just not. They saw me looking and they were like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm not sitting with a cupcake. Oh, every time I do that, it just proves me bloody point. I don't know what my point is, but the beavers love bloody proving it. Or they proving their own point. Do my eyes deceive me? Or we almost, oh, hello, Shadow, overspilling into the mangrove field? Look at how close that is there. That is proper close right there. That's a minuscule amount of water. Well, now what? I might have myself a wee speedy up bit to see if this water level actually comes and irrigates the mangroves. We had mangroves episodes ago. It would be canny cool if we could have mangroves once again. And I reckon we're close, peeps. We're close to the moment. Don't miss it. Don't miss it, MiGly. Here we are. We're finally getting caught and lagged while that was happening. Oh, we finally have water in all 4 corners of the mangrove pool here. And this forester that I cheekily unpaused has got a bloody long couple of days ahead of you, haven't you? Getting all of these replanted. Well, and the rest of this replanted. And we should probably look at replanting some of these willows at some point here. Maybe by unpausing a forester or 2. I don't want to unpause this forester though, because I didn't necessarily want more beavers. Just yet. Not just yet. In case of emergency, plant beavers. And as it stands, at least for now, we didn't have any emergencies. Unless you class a bunch of beaver bangers just banging away on the ground here, not even on the big block that they're trying to destroy. Look at that view right there. You got the big old wee tree in the back. That's not even the big old wee tree. The big old wee tree's there on the left. But anywho, I want to be standing on here. So I disappear. I want to do it again. Let's go. Make me fall, beaver. Make me fall all the way to the ground. Or just, you know, clock off. Whatever you fancy. Look at that starry bloody sky with the big bloody tree. And there's beavers up on that tree right now, enjoying the view. I would join them, but then they'd just leave. Ooh! We got day 3 without a warning. So if nothing else, we have had one bonus day of water flowing into this bloody lake. Look at this, we're almost at the level where this tunnel becomes flooded. Oh, we got a day 4 without a warning. The game is taking pity on us, and I love that. I do not have a problem with the game taking pity on us. What I do have a problem with is all of these bloody paused foresters here when we could easily have ourselves another gatherer hut, you know? So I've been having myself a bit of a think when it comes to this area here and how I'm going to use it for irrigation. Now it's essentially going to be the same as up here, where we destroyed and removed everything and then flooded it with water. But the only difference being is we don't have a clear access for the water to get in here unless we dive underground a wee bit, and then you'll start noticing a few peculiar oddities, like, look at this water, it's already here. So because we've got water right here, we could just blow a hole and get it sent up. However, where we want the water to get to is a lot lower. So I reckon the best way to do it is just to destroy some dandelions here and connect a little bit of a chute down where the path currently is to fill up this area. We'll blast some more dirt to get into here. And we'll even do a little test that I've been wanting to do for a while. Our stairs, waterproof. Now for this bit, I do genuinely just want to go ahead and loosen the terrain. We can just chill with all of that. But for doing here, we are going to have to get fancy with it. To an extent, as it seems like we don't have any bloody ground under here. Which means we might have to get bloody cleather with it. Let's have ourselves a bit of a look here. Because we can't cross any of this water with our tunnels. We have to go around it. So can I go around there? I can't. I'm blocked once again. You can actually see the layout here when I put loads of tunnels down. I can go around that side. However, I don't believe... Unless underneath this block arch I can pop one in. Let's get the camera, read up on the top, gun down one block and see if we can pop a tunnel in. Well, in that case, we're going to be going to ruin the corner with it. And since it's not a pathway, we can go ahead and use our loosen terrain tool. And then to get into this hole here, we're just going to plop an easy peasy tunnel from the side there. And it'll go all the way under. And from there, it's just a simple case of loosen terrain straight into this bit pool. Then because I want to see if stairs are waterproof, we're going to use these stairs down here. Send some water through the stairs and quickly off into this bit pool. Now, of course, that's going to mean popping some curved levees on there to stop the floods. Oh, I absolutely adore that. I do love the fact that we still have not replanted these bloody blueberries yet. I'm going to have to figure out what the actual priority is for these beavers when it's like none or something. So I can at least understand why. You once again catch me up the top of the tree, have myself a bit of a contemplate about how lucky we've just got. Yes, we had a lot of beavers cark it of starvation. However, as the stars go above our heads, we can be thankful that we at least survived. We didn't have to depend on growing our own leaf coats. We planted a plethora of backup food in case we need it. Hopefully we never do. And we just get to enjoy some fully grown dandelions for all time. But yeah, now for real. 13-day bad tide and we had this whole place dried up. Any longer than that, we would have been royally hooped. And I mean royally. And that's not even mentioning the fact that our 2 fluid dumps here finally got their work actually completed and kept some water knocking about to top the mangroves here. Now I am fairly certain when the shadow stops moving and this wee tree is stationary that we are going to get another warning! And that's because the longest the temperature season can be in hard mode is 9 days. So at day 6, you're guaranteed a warning if you haven't had one already. And I do not want to even contemplate how long or how dreadful this next drought is going to be. Because we are on a bloody high right now. And after what I thought was going to be the last episode of Wee Trees, I reckon we should just go ahead and bloody end it on that high. What do you think, Beavers? Oh, I will gladly apply underwater sound effects while I say, I hope you had yourself a lovely episode. Look at that good textures under there. But missing bottom textures aside, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Join me next week, where we hopefully have another cracking episode where we don't have to panic or worry about a single thing. If not, we can at least sit and contemplate about having one more bonus episode before Al went to pot. But anywho, enough of my waffling. This outro's gone on for far too long. A doodle.